The American actor George Giselle once commented, "The human brain starts working the very moment you are born and doesn't stop until you stand up to speak in public." Ladies and gentlemen, it is my hope that my brain doesn't fail me tonight, and I, like Ben, can reward myself with the famous Rainey tea and buns at the end of the night. Here at Rainey, Mr. McCulloch keeps us working hard to make the best even better and to maintain our fantastic reputation. And just because it's out of school hours, tonight is no exception. We all have jobs to do. Mine is to talk, and yours is to listen. The challenge for me is to finish my job before you finish yours. Hopefully, tonight's speech allows me the chance to redeem myself, because yesterday, my head girl badge fell off and went missing, a sure sign I felt that I wasn't the right person for the job. After all, what kind of head girl loses her badge? Not to worry though, because the badge has safely been returned, and the whole escapade meant that Dr. Peggs has got to fulfill his lifelong dream of being head girl for the day, an opportunity which, funnily enough, wasn't offered to him in school. After the year they had, I think Mrs. Burns and our hockey players would be infuriated if they didn't get their fair share of speech time. And if you have seen those girls armed with their hockey sticks and gum shields on a Saturday morning, you would know I am not about to mess with them. This year, our first 11 team had an incredibly strong team, winning the Ulster School Cup for the first time in Rainey history. This was a testament to the literal and metaphorical blood, sweat, and tears the girls put into training in the months prior. Many tears were shed in happiness and disbelief when they won that hard sought-after and long-awaited cup. The team were also the Ulster Schools Super League runners-up, along being placed third in the Kate Russell All-Ireland competition. In addition, our congratulations go out to Ellie Montgomery and Charlotte Beggs, who won gold in the UK Schools Games. Our juniors, not to be outshone, pulled out all the stops, and our under-14s are thrilled to be the winners of the Ulster Junior Cup and the Derry and Antrim League. It seems all levels of Rainey hockey is on a winning streak, with last season arguably being the best ever season of Rainey hockey. In other sporting news, our sports hall athletics participants, cross-country team, and girls football team competed and, as in Rainey fashion, more often than not won in their various competitions throughout the year. A special mention has to go out to Darcy Harkness, Katie Neal, and Travis Harkness, who performed outstandingly in cycling in the past year, and to our equestrian team, who made it to compete in the 150th Balmoral Show. As Ben has already mentioned, Rainey pupils enjoy an array of different trips. We at Rainey have the privilege to be able to travel the world with our wee school, but we don't always need plane tickets to represent the school off the premises. From an AS biology field trip to the North Coast, with the obviously compulsory stop for ice cream, to our Year 10 church visits, the Rainey family were out in full force this year. Trips were made to Myola Precision Engineering, the Seamus Heaney Centre, and the Open Doors Conference, to name but a few. Furthermore, trips were made by the Year 11, 12, and 13 business studies classes, who got to visit the Tato Factory, Diddy's, and Tobermore Concrete, leaving the rest of us in full agreement that Mr. Francis definitely needs to knuckle down and do some real work at some point in the coming year. As always, the Rainey Music Department was running on all engines, and with both myself and Ben being heavily involved in this side of the RES extracurricular life, it's obvious that it just has to be the best. Each year, the Rainey Carol Service and Spring Concert get better and better, putting more and more pressure on the year ahead. It's a vicious circle for the ladies in charge, Mrs. Glenn and Mrs. Thurgood. Last year, for the first time, after many discussions and weighing up of the pros and cons, the Carol Service was held in our new sports hall, leaving the traditional Johnson Hall behind for a new and improved model. With more space to fill with sound, our choirs and orchestra had to step up their game, and they didn't disappoint. No thanks to Mr. Loughlin, of course, who thinks that no amount of school performance is more important than, or worth missing, his maths class for. As ever, the Rainies showed off their range of talent with the hard work after schools, at break and lunch, and even sometimes before school, evident with every new act. Unfortunately, time doesn't allow Ben and I to explore Rainies' triumph and achievement in every club, or our sausage rolls would be well and truly cold, and the rest of the school might end up interrupting us tomorrow morning. However, we can note that our success in all aspects of school life shows Rainies' commitment to excellence in every respect. Last, but definitely not least, as part of the launch of our new charity partnership with Abana, the Rainy held its first ever colour run on Friday the 4th of May. Now, sport and running wouldn't be my first choice of pastime, so when this new, exciting fundraising opportunity was promoted, I wasn't exactly sold. To me, exercise is exercise, and the bonus of getting colourful along the way didn't improve my outlook all that much. In spite of my abhorrence of the idea of running a course I had successfully avoided since first year cross country, on Friday the 4th of May, I pulled on my trainers and specially printed colour run top because it was all for a good cause. And it is safe to say I had the time of my life. Over £13,000 was raised for our school charities, a credit to all the teachers and pupils who took part. So, to conclude, there is never, ever a boring day at Rainy Endowed School. I want to speak on behalf of all pupils to express our deepest gratitude to all those involved in making our time at the Rainy the best of our lives. Mr. McCulloch, Mrs. Hunter, Board of Governors, teaching staff, pupils and peers, I thank you for the hours you put into making the Rainy what it is. To think that one of our prize winners here tonight will probably be called back in a number of years to speak about their phenomenal success is exciting, and we owe it to the Rainy with equipping us for the skills required to succeed. I cannot believe I have begun my last year in school. Looking at the new first years, I think two things. One, was I ever really that small? And two, where did all that time go? But you know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. Thank you.